good? YouTube, Lethal, and today reacting to Blue Lock is Almost Perfect, brought to us by LMAO Sauce. Excuse me. Now, I don't know about the manga, but the anime, bro, the way that they do the scenes that are supposed to be hype, like, bro, they do it so good, bro. Like, bro, I don't wanna spoil too much for anyone who hasn't really seen it. Blue Lock is the TikTok version of haiku. I, I, let's see what bro has to say. You feel me? I will leave his video link down below, and yeah, let's hop straight into it.
Block is hype incarnate.
It's the TikTok version of Haikyuu. It's arguably one of the best sports anime / manga ever made. You of course already knew
I'm not
this.
gonna lie, Blue Lock is amazing in my opinion, bro.
Gaining popularity with each hype ass episode that comes out. Thing is, it's really.
I think I reacted to the trailer on my channel just like it's like 8 months ago, and I wasn't even that hyped for it, I don't think. But bro, me watching it now, bro, it's so hype. It's so lit.
Manga and has seen most of the anime. However, there are two things that just really annoy me. Number one, this dude looks like
I've never
me,
heard
and
him, bro.
he added the entire cast. Turned out to be the biggest snitch, bitch, pathetic ass character. I take this as a personal attack. -3 out of 10.
He's a hoe, I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, I'm not kidding. The thing that truly pisses me off is how Blue Lock ruins the thing it excels at most.
What is
pacing. It's the main reason why Blue Lock was able to blow up so quickly in the first place. It just has incredible skip the bullshit pacing. The anime goes nuts from the get-go. Straight into a tournament arc. Weak-ass characters get a slap on the face and are kicked out of the facility. Only the powerhouses remain, except for this dude. What the fuck is he still doing there?
Chill on, bro.
People breathe and think the idea of becoming the best striker in the world. The best egoist. In fact, I bet ego makes them sleep with headphones on blasting
"You must become an egoist. You must become the best."
Where did you find this at?
12-hour hypnosis loop. For the most part, the story flows very well, almost without a dull moment. Compare this to Haikyuu, where we could count that quote-unquote hype moment on our greasy fingers, at least in the very beginning of the story. This was done on purpose, as it only made the payoff 10 times better. It was necessary to explore the characters, and it's one of the things that made Haikyuu the masterpiece it is today. However, it's not exactly an anime I would easily recommend. It felt like a new snowball. Slow at the beginning, but eventually.
Not gonna lie, I didn't really feel like Haikyuu was that slow at first, in my opinion.
Blue Lock is completely different. It's as if specifically designed for the newer generation of anime fans with attention spans ranging from 3.2 to 3.5 seconds.
Okay, so that's what he means by this is the TikTok version of Haikyuu. You feel me? But I feel like the pacing is fast, but it's not like too fast. Like I feel like too fast is like how they did God of High School. Now that show, I was dead lost in that show. I'm not gonna lie to you, but this show, you feel me? I feel like they do
and it works perfectly
job.
Until the motherfuckers stop mid-match to talk to each other about their problems, dreams, and aspirations.
It's an anime, bro.
I get this is an anime thing, and at times it could work in its favor.
You get this in any show.
God, they destroyed the best thing about the show.
Did these two freeze?
Just as an exciting moment is about to happen, Isagi either stops to think for a solid 2 minutes, or they have one of those, "I must find a way to break through.
You will never get past me, weakling."
But I actually like it when Isaki has his inner dialogue. You feel me? But hold up, I'll be back in a second.
What?
I'm back.
How did you get here, genius?
You see, I saw an opening and just my beefy legs to rush.
But again, I like how Isaki has his inner dialogue about himself on how he should be doing things to improve. You feel me? I personally like that.
Past everyone else, as they stood and watched me like absolute retards.
Impossible. Are you?
That's right. I am a monster.
Fuck. I'm gonna sit still like an idiot for 30 seconds whilst I think of my next move. Moments. Thing is, the anime adapts the manga pretty much word for word, and as such, the problems I had with it remain unchanged here as well.
These drawings look amazing. Well, not amazing, but like good. You feel me?
And as such, the problems I had with it remain unchanged here as well. No joke, Isagi spends 3 chapters to just think about what move to make next. I get that sometimes listening to what's going on inside his head can make the following sequence far more dramatic, and it's been proven to work extremely well with shows like Haikyuu. However, Blue Lock often makes the mistake of making these sections way too long. Characters don't fucking stop talking. Sometimes I wish they would just play the damn game. I would like to be able to tell what they're feeling based on
I like it more like this anyways, because when they do the CGI stuff when trying to play the game, I don't really like how CGI looks in this show in particular. It looks kind of wonky to me.
their facial expressions. So please, for the love of God, stop explaining everything that happens on the screen or every emotion each character feels.
I only mind
It
this,
just
though.
kills the otherwise pretty epic moment. Luckily, that's not something that happens too often, and if you're reading the manga, you can just swipe a bit faster and skip this boring and rather unnecessary part. In the anime, however, that's not as easily done. I especially hate it when they stop to explain how they did what they did to their opponents, or to warn them about the incoming attack and hint at what it's gonna be, just so that Isagi can catch on and stop them in their tracks. Okay, as I said, sometimes it
anime,
actually improves the moment. Pretty often, they
Yeah.
make side characters intentionally make out something seemingly not as impressive to be the second coming of Christ, which honestly works. So essentially, they become the main character's hype men.
Other times, however, it makes me want to strangle Isagi or whoever can't stop opening his mouth.
Listen, I really like the show and the story as a whole. I think it has a crap ton of positive sides, which I'll talk about a bit later, but there's one more nitpick of mine I just have to talk about. Tropey-ass characters. This is pretty common in shonen anime, and for that exact same reason is something that I just can't stand anymore. Bachira is the I only want to fight stronger opponents guy, and that's the only thing I can tell you about him even though I've read the entire manga. Nagi is the what a bother genius perfect guy. Glam guy is, well, glam guy. Baro is angry, Bakugo is Bakugo, Chigiri is the prodigy with a
Yeah, this is definitely a problem in shonen. There's like a lot of shows that have basically the copy and paste of the same character, you know. It's
health
just
problem who eventually says fuck it and becomes
it's
a
like,
god.
come on,
This guy is
kind of
so
be a little bit more original with your characters a
socially
little bit.
straight up retarded and cries a lot. Most characters feel way too fake to me. The whole thing, at times, just feels more like a theater play than a story about actual characters. I'm not saying that's the case with all characters or that it's even that big of a problem, but it's just something that personally triggers me. I know what each character is going to say way before they open
move
their
was so
mouth.
cool.
I know their next move and I just get the urge to skip 10 seconds ahead every time the show goes out of its way to explain what exactly is going on.
That was a fire.
Skip 10 seconds ahead
Edit,
every
not gonna
time the
lie.
show goes out of its way to explain what exactly is
edit.
going on the
Bro
screen.
did.
For that exact same reason, when they start trash talking each other, it's as if I'm listening to an AI conversation.
But it's a shonen though. A lot of shonen scenes, I feel like if you watch enough anime that like you can like predict what will happen next. You feel me? But
They do it way
Like,
too often, and the things they say
know,
are just weird as fuck. You will never score blunt
you
bags.
pretty much say
Who the
anything
fuck are you to say,
that, like,
genius
saying
boy?
about
I
pretty
will
much
destroy
any
you, monster boy.
shonen.
First try catching up to me, sleepyhead. Alright, I think this becomes more apparent later on in the manga, but yeah, I just noticed it would piss me off from time to time, so I thought I'd mention it. Anyways, with this, here stops the hate train. I love Blue Lock. It's one of the best mangas I've ever read.
One of the best manga you ever read.
I
Is that
hated
fire,
football as
bro?
a kid, but reading and watching the show made me want to oddly start chasing some balls, if you know what I'm saying.
Yo, but bro, I ain't gonna lie. This show did make me want to play soccer, bro.
As such, I
And I haven't played soccer since I was like 5 or 6. Mind you, I'm like 20 years
want
old
to
right
quickly
now, bro.
talk about one of my favorite things about the show.
It literally made me want
Characters.
to play.
I know,
play
I
some
just
soccer.
bashed them, but hear me out.
Sorry,
Let's take another quick
football.
peek at Haikyuu. Yes, Hinata is the Naruto/Asta of his show. However, that's not all he is. He cries when he loses. He gets overwhelmed and depressed when he faces an incredible opponent. At times, he even goes against his nature and doubts himself. He has his lows and
But
his
isn't that
highs.
pretty much
This is how
any
you write a
shonen
character. Even though he will
protagonist, though?
forever remain as the
I feel like every shonen protagonist doubts himself at like some point.
I will never give up character in our minds, he will also forever be the guy who was down, sad, and, well, very much alone in his dreams. He behaves like a human, and that's the beauty behind his and pretty much every character in Haikyuu. Blue Lock sort of does this too. It of course is a bit too fast-paced for these types of moments to hit us as hard as they do in Haikyuu, however, that doesn't mean they don't exist. Isagi has a change in his mindset several times. He constantly doubts himself and is forced to overcome all and any doubt just so that he can stand anywhere even close to the quote-unquote geniuses in the field. Pretty much all of the main characters have really interesting and well-written arcs. Isagi goes from, okay, sure, I'll pass,
please don't spoil
to
me.
I will literally run straight through your corpse just to score a goal. There's this character, but I still can't talk about him without
Thank you.
spoiling.
He looked cold, I ain't gonna
actually,
lie.
now that I think about it, I
He
actually
looked cold.
can't talk about most of the characters since the anime
Appreciate
hasn't
it.
caught up, so I guess
Appreciate
you'll
it.
just have to take my word for it. But either way,
I'll
the manga
just close the
delivers
video,
in
I ain't
terms
gonna lie.
of character growth. It's both frightening and incredible to see Isagi slowly turn into an actual beast who doesn't give a fuck about anyone else. A
I
true
wanna see his
egoist,
progress,
just
bro.
as
I
Eigo
wanna see how
Jinpachi
cold he
intended.
get in the
I'd been
future,
caught up
bro.
with the manga long before an anime was even announced, and I loved every chapter. So, did the anime hold up? Abso-fucking-lutely. Although
fine.
not perfect,
I ain't
it's
gonna lie, if the manga was on Shonen Jump, I probably would read it. But I don't really like going to other sites, to be honest with you.
still way better
I
than
don't know
reading
why.
the
It's
manga.
just
The sound
way easier to just go on the app on my phone.
design and music are just
That's just
mwah.
me though, 'cause I'm
If the
mad
manga does
lazy.
this, blind spot of the ball, blind spot of the ball, blind spot of the ball, the anime spits in the manga's face as it oh my god, just listen to Nagi slowly creep up on Isagi.
Well, I might post this video the day this episode drops, or
This
the
can
newest
send
episode drops.
shivers down
Not
your
gonna lie.
spine. The OST and music in general perfectly help in hyping up any given moment. The animation is used sparingly. The good parts saved for the hype moments, and the slideshows are used only from time to time to save up for the straight up orgasmic goal at the end. I'm an idiot. Overall,
like
the
they're doing
production
a very
quality does
great
not
job with this
disappoint.
show.
I love that there's always a challenge for Isagi. You've seen him lose, so that makes the stakes even higher. You never know when and if one of your favorite characters might get kicked out of Blue Lock, never to
My favorite character is Bachira, so I don't really think he gonna be eliminated anytime soon. You
be
feel
seen
me?
again. The pacing is
So, I am
incredible. Each
excited
episode, something
to
hype
see
or
him play some
overall
more.
interesting happens, and yes, they do fuck it up sometimes. But even if you hate football from the bottom of your heart, it's an anime I could easily recommend to literally anyone. And if the anime is
Yeah.
hype now, just wait till we get to the U20 arc.
Bro, it's getting my
This
hopes
is
up.
Blue Lock, hype incarnate.
Fire video brought just by LMAO Sauce, you feel me? Now, he really was just like nitpicking certain things, but you know, it is his opinion. But yeah, it's fire, bruh. I cannot wait for this new episode to drop on Sunday, man. I'm not gonna lie, this show got me back into watching anime though. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I've not watched a episode of like any anime in literally probably like 2 years. Not gonna lie to you. Probably the last episode I watched was like a One Piece episode at like the start of Wano. So yeah, it's been a long time since I like seen a episode of anime prior to this anime dropping. But since it dropped, you feel me? I caught up to Mob Psycho. I'm watching Villain Saga season 2. I'm about to react to this. I want to see what he has to say about this. But yeah, you feel me? Shout out to LMAO Sauce again. I'm just chatting right now. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, have a blessed day and peace.
Then she gon' pull out the tape and tie me up, then lock me away. That bitch, she said that she hate me. I am not faced. My niggas waiting at your place. For all this shit escalate, I need to know how many niggas you've played. How did you take off your tape? She looking right at me and she swerves into the lake.